In this video, I'm going to share with you my current plan to build more muscle, keep body fat down, and improve my overall physique and performance as I get older. And I'm also going to answer one of the most common questions I get, which is, why isn't what I did in the past working for me now? Now, anytime I talk about getting in great shape as you get older, there's always one dude, let's call him Chad, who's like, Jesse, you're young. You don't know how hard it is. We'll see how you look when you turn 40. So let's be clear, I'm not at all saying that it's not harder to get in great shape in your 40s, 50s, and 60s compared to when it was in your 20s or 30s. It absolutely is harder, and it takes more patience as well, but that doesn't mean it's not doable and that it's not very realistic. Just because you haven't been able to do something doesn't mean that it's impossible, and this is something that I learned and became very aware of a few years ago, which is that the stuff that me and you might be complaining about not being able to do right now, there's plenty of people out there doing that exact thing. And the majority of my clients right now are men in their late 30s, 40s, and 50s who have successfully gotten in the best shape of their life. And I'm not talking about one or two guys doing this. I'm talking about dozens and dozens of guys, over 100 guys just over the last few years who I've watched successfully improve their fitness. And some of them who have done so significantly that it's been life-changing. So there's plenty of people out there doing it. And before I dive into my personal plan on how I'm going to get in better shape as the years go by, let me answer the question of why isn't what I used to do in the past working for me anymore? Listen, when we're young, we can do any random exercise and it helps us stay relatively lean, right? We just start walking instead of driving or taking the train, and after a month or 2 months, we lose 15 pounds. Or we just start going to the gym even though we have no idea what we're doing, and we start to notice some definition in our body even though we're eating poorly too. It's like newbie gains to the max when we're younger and our metabolism is stronger, and we don't really need an actual strategy with our training or nutrition to see actual results. Now, fast forward to your 40s or 50s or 60s, and guess what? Doing any random exercise or movement at all without a proper plan in place isn't going to be enough to see physical change in your body. So it's not that you aren't capable of seeing the same results at your current age, but you just need an actual game plan with your nutrition, and you need a well-structured workout program in place. And you also likely need more accountability now because you're at a different point in your life. You've probably got more responsibilities, you're working more, maybe you have a family or you have things going on that you didn't have going on back in your 20s. So now you just can't wing it or do any random exercise and still expect to see results. And that's why that in my experience working with so many guys in their late 30s and 40s and 50s and even beyond that, who are already active and are already committed to a healthy lifestyle, but they didn't actually have a structured program in place, whether it be with their nutrition or their training or just both of those things in general, why they actually end up seeing really great noticeable progress despite years of trying things on their own when we get them on a well-structured and proven set of protocols that make sense for their life and their situation. Now that we've got that out of the way, let's dive into what my current plan is to build a better physique and fitness as I get older. So what I'm going to do is spend the majority of each calendar year, say between 8 and 10 months of each year, focusing on building muscle and getting stronger, as opposed to trying to get leaner and losing weight. And in those additional 2 to 4 months in the calendar year, I will work on getting as shredded as possible and really minimizing body fat, whether it be for summertime to try to look my best, or a trip or vacation that I have planned, or some other event that I want to look my best for, maybe a men's physique competition, who knows. Because I'm at the point right now where I'm pretty lean. I'm probably in the 10 to 13% body fat range, and generally around 155 to 160 pounds on any given day. And if I can remain at that level of body fat percentage while adding about, 1 pound of muscle each month going forward, that's going to allow me to build a better and better physique and have a better body composition in the long term. Because over time, I'll have more muscle mass, right? But I'll have the same or even maybe a little bit less of fat mass. So for example, let's say in like 2 years from today, I could be that same 10 to 13% body fat range, but instead of being 155 pounds, maybe I'm 170 pounds. So you see what I mean? I'll have more muscle mass at the same level of leanness. So in my plan, I won't ever be bulking up so much or building so much muscle to the point where I'm also going to be adding a ton of body fat as well. And sticking in the 10 to 15% body fat range will really allow me to work on my goals of building muscle and getting stronger, while also staying lean enough that I'm happy with my physique. And if I decide, I do want to get shredded for some particular reason, I'm probably only a few months away from being able to get there. I'm within striking distance. So now a common follow-up question to that is, why don't you want to stay as shredded as possible year-round? And why do you want to focus on building more muscle? Well, to stay super lean and shredded year-round, like say 5 to 8% body fat, with just like looking insane with definition and a lot of vascularity and all that, I would have to eat significantly less than I would in a muscle building phase. And not to mention, like, not only would it kind of suck to try to maintain a 5 to 8% body fat percentage in regards to food and the sacrifices you have to make, but I would also sort of be stuck at that physique because of eating less food to stay so shredded. I wouldn't be able to build much muscle or work on weaker areas or grow my physique in other ways. And to stay that lean, your nutrition is way less flexible. It's a lot more strict. You can't really go out to eat much, if at all. And if you're in a relationship, your partner really has to sacrifice as well. They have to know that, like, you can't take them out on dates or go out to eat or, like, do some of the things that maybe you're very commonly doing right now. And you'll also have way less energy. It really takes over your life, and there's just less balance in your life. Not to mention, if you're that lean, like 5% body fat, like, you basically have no sex drive as well. So it affects your life in many different ways, and it's just not sustainable. That's more of like a, professional bodybuilder or competitor's style of prepping for a show. And that's why they don't look like that all year round. They just do that for the one show, and then they go back to their normal life. Now, don't get me wrong, it's really great and fulfilling to build your best physique and look as lean and shredded as possible for a photo shoot or a vacation or maybe just the summertime or a fitness competition, but it's not easy to sustain for longer than a temporary period of time. So where I currently stand with my physique and my goals and just what I want right now, taking this route of spending the majority of the time building muscle, having a few months within each calendar year to get shredded and look really lean. This is without a doubt the most productive route to take to continue to improve my body and physique and strength over the next few years and really the next few decades. That being said, I'm totally aware that goals change, and I might feel differently about this in a couple years from now or 10 years from now when I'm in a different position in my life. I may at some point decide that I actually love competing in men's physique competitions and I want to compete in multiple shows, more frequently over the course of 1 or 2 years, in which case, for that time span of those 1 to 2 years, I would stay way more shredded year round and spend less time building muscle and kind of doing a lean bulk. Or who knows, maybe in 10 years I fall in love with Tough Mudders or mixed martial arts, or I do some sort of endurance training like running or half marathons or something that I really enjoy, and my performance in those areas becomes more important to me and more of the priority as opposed to what my physique looks like. In which case I'd probably remain a bit leaner and lighter as opposed to focusing more on building muscle month after month for many years. And in that case, maybe I'd eat more around maintenance calories instead of in a surplus and add in more flexibility or endurance training to my program. But honestly, this is what I love about fitness, because there's no right or wrong in regards to what you can work on or what your goals are or what they should be. You can work on any goals you want and you can change them at any time and focus on various areas of your fitness. But there you go, man. That is my current long-term plan in regards to how I'm going to build more muscle, keep body fat low, and generally improve my overall physique and fitness as I get older. And I'm excited to continue sharing my own progress and journey with you as the years go by. And if you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook for a while now, you may already see how far I've come just in the last 5 or 6 years. I've had Instagram for 6 years. I've had Facebook for like 10 or 11 years by now. But just 5 or 6 years ago, I had a much different physique, and it's substantially improved since then. And if you go back 10 years ago, I was just a skinny kid who didn't even look like he worked out. Even though I was working out 2 hours a day, I did not look like it at all. So I hope you stick along for the ride, because I'm very much looking forward to it. Not only to see my own progress and journey as the years go by, but also to see yours. And just to be clear, this whole game plan that I mapped out, anyone can do this, right? It's not just me. With consistency, proper strategies with your training and your nutrition and guidance and making the right adjustments to your program over time, anyone can do this. I don't care if you're 35 years old or 45 or 55 or 65, you can absolutely improve your body and your health, strengthen your metabolism, build muscle, lose some body fat, and be in great shape at your age. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you want to get notified when I make more videos just like this every single week. And I will see you on the next video.